What it is, how is your boy Malik? Let's go see what Chanel's talking to Miss Hildreth about. Let's get it. Miss Hildreth.
Here with Mrs. Hildreth, one of the counselors at Howard. We're here to talk about midterm process and finals.
So how can we prepare for these tests?
So it's important to wrap your head around the fact that midterms are approaching. They're going to be here in about 2 weeks, and you want to start now. You don't want to start the week of and pull all-nighters. Your mind's going to be overstressed. You're going to become anxious. So what I would recommend, what all the school counselors would recommend, is that you go home today, take out your calendar, and plan out for each subject. How much time do you need to study? Where will you study? And then what we recommend that you do next is you actually put a plan in place. So whether that's flashcards, whether that's reviewing notes, whether that's making outlines, study groups, there's a variety of ways that you can begin studying, right? Mm-hmm. So as you begin to kind of create a plan, then you start studying. So you could eat bananas before you study. They say that research has shown that really can help you focus. Always, of course, make sure you take 10, 15 minute breaks while you're studying, because you don't want to cram your head and stress yourself out. We would all recommend that you not have your cell phone. Don't have your cell phone with you. Put it away, turn it off. Don't have, Twitter up or Snapchat or any of that, because it's just going to distract you from what you need to do, which is focus, right? Quizlet is huge. I love Quizlet because not only are you doing flashcards, but you're also able then to create tests with information that you put into the website, and that'll help you kind of remember, okay, what did I study and what do I need to remember? One of the biggest things that I find with students is they will say, well, I studied last night for 30 minutes and now I went into the test and I'm really anxious. It all went out of my head. Well, the first thing I say is how often did you study? 1 day or 6 days? And they'll say usually 1 or 2 days, and they'll say they did this. And they sat at their desk and they read the information in front of them over and over again. And sometimes their cell phone would vibrate and they would see it, and their phone would be, their music would be on. So what I recommend is, and this seems kind of silly and it's going to feel a little silly, but get up out of your chair, okay? So you're in your room, or you're in the dining room, or wherever you are, and you have your information or your flashcards, or let's say your cell phone if you're doing Quizlet, and you're walking around and you're saying out loud the information that you need to learn. Because if you just sit and you just read it, you're not testing your brain to see if it remembers the information, right? But if you're walking around and you're saying it out loud, you're hearing it, you're moving, and you're looking at it. So you're using a lot of your different senses. You guys ever tried that before?
No, I haven't.
Do you think you could try it for the midterms?
Possibly.
Because how much are the midterms worth? Brandon, do you know?
10% of your grade.
10%. Do you know how much the finals are worth?
10%.
So that would be a total of?
20%.
That's right. So if you're on that border, where you could possibly go from a B to an A D to a C, or a C to a D, the midterms and the finals can be really important for you. So don't procrastinate. See your counselor if you need help. If you get test anxiety, take some deep breaths, get a good night's sleep, and have confidence in yourself. Say positive language to yourself. I can do this. I studied. I know this. If you go in with a negative attitude, it's probably not going to turn out that in a positive way, right? It's just like if you're getting ready for a tryout for something. And then my last piece of advice, besides get a good night's sleep and eat breakfast, is have a peppermint with you. So research shows that when you're taking your tests, whether it's the beginning or the middle, like in the middle if you're starting to get kind of sluggish and tired and you're like, I don't know this anymore, put a peppermint in your mouth. And it's supposed to get your brain going again.
I didn't know that.
So your important fact for the day.
Well, that's our wrap up here with Miss Hildreth and Chanel. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Let's go!